go live and meditate 3 times tonight. And I figured rather than just try to dive into another 1 hour meditation for the third time, that I would break it up with a quick Dharma talk, because that's what I feel called to do right now before I dive into another meditation. And it is not easy when you have responsibilities and things like that to find that time of like a guaranteed 1 hour of peace. But that is the beauty of being in lay life and balancing both worlds, having a family and practicing meditation and the Dharma. And honestly, to me, I consciously chose that path. I chose to have a family, have responsibilities, and have all of these challenges. And trying to find the equanimity and the time, and to try to create enough peace to ripple that out to the beings that surround me, like the dog outside right now, who needs to come in and go out and come in and go out and follows me all around everywhere. It takes a lot of grounding energy and calm energy to really ripple that out to the beings around you and make it clear that this is my peaceful time right now. This is 1 hour of the day that I am going to take for myself to go within and to not constantly be on the move, doing this and that and taking care of this and that. So, and I also just wanted to talk a little bit about one of the last meditations that I had this week. First off, I'll say there are a lot of beings in this world who are suffering. Like this dog who doesn't have thumbs and constantly needs me to open the door for him and let him in and let him out at his every whim. I feel for him, but I also have to feel for myself that it's not possible for me to give him everything he needs all the time. And quite frankly, it's incredibly exhausting. But again, I feel that this little dog coming into my life has been a challenge for me to try to radiate more metta and more love and more peace to him. And eventually, even though we don't speak the same language, he might help. It might help him to cure his anxiety a little bit and to realize that he doesn't need to be with me every single moment of the day. It's okay if he's on the other side of the door for 1 hour. And honestly, that's been my challenge with him since I adopted him at 6 months old, like 5 years ago. So, yeah, and also, okay, so the next thing I wanted to bring up, my meditation this week has been incredibly deep, and there's probably only been 10 times in my life since I began meditating in 2013 when I went on my first Vipassana meditation retreat, where I've gone so deep within my being. And I think this is where, and I did that this week, and I think this is where the term back in the 60s came from, when the hippies used to say, far out. I've experienced that in a sense. When you close your eyes and you sit with your eyes closed, most people are here. They're here, they're with their breath, feeling their breath on the upper lip, in and out of their nostrils, or they're seeing the blackness in front of their eyes. But when you really, really drop into a calm and centered place, you can have this quote unquote far out experience where you're outside of yourself, outside of your fears. You're comfortable and grounded in the place that you're sitting, and you're able to go beyond to, I guess, what they call in Vipassana meditation, to the field of Panya, something, a realm outside of yourself. And for me, it's almost like a form of samadhi. I can actually feel my being larger, and it's a powerful and amazing sensation, and it happens quite suddenly when I go from really just being here and being me and feeling me, and then all of a sudden there's this shift, sort of upwards and outwards, and I really feel how small my being is, my bodily being, this body, but then I feel how large I am, my consciousness, in all that is, and how not only is it large, it's large, my consciousness is large because it's connected with all that is. And this isn't just a woo-woo thing. This isn't something I'm regurgitating that I've heard. I've genuinely felt this multiple times throughout my life. And it's a really, really powerful experience. And it's a little scary, when you go from just being in the I am, being in your ego sense of self, and then suddenly you feel yourself, your consciousness expanding, and it's almost like, I feel anyways, a sense of fear, like, oh my gosh, am I really going there? Am I going that far away from the known, from this conscious awareness of existing in this bodily self as myself, identifying so much with my body as being me? Am I really going consciously beyond to another realm of awareness, to another dimension of awareness that is connecting with all that is? And yeah, it's, as beings who identify so much with that bodily existence, for a moment it's scary, but then really quickly you can go beyond that and just feel this ultimate sense of lightness that comes with not identifying with the body and everything that we identify with the body, the pain, the joy, the craving, the aversion, the sadness, the pleasure, the bliss, the senses, our thoughts, our sensations, everything that comes along with living in this body. It's really quite an experience, and I feel like Vipassana meditation, or just meditating in general, like the last meditation that I did was on presence, and it's when I really let go of trying to do the technique, and I just kind of be, be with however my breath is, whether it's fast or slow, or however my body is feeling, or not trying too hard, not trying to be any particular way, sit any particular way, look any particular way, just kind of let go and sit. And I do try to be as still as possible, but I don't over try. And that's the amazing thing. It's like, it's when you, especially in the West, when you find that moment of that ultimate stillness, and you really sink into that stillness, and your whole nervous system and everything calms down, and you feel that real sense of relief of, oh wow, this is what relaxation feels like. This is what peace is. It's interesting, and we can definitely get way too wrapped up in doing, and the busyness of life. But I find that when I meditate, there are 50% less, maybe even more, things that I need to do in my day, or things that I don't need to do, that I no longer do, or thoughts that I don't need to think, and my mind runs less habitual cycles. So, for example, maybe I would have wasted time thinking about one particular thing for an hour. My mind would just be on that cycle. Now, because I sit and I focus on my thoughts for an hour 2 times every day, my mind, that monkey mind, isn't ruling the show anymore, and I'm able to just really sort through my thoughts a lot easier and hone in and focus on what really matters. And what I really love about Vipassana meditation is just that clear seeing. And when you go within and you kind of at least eliminate one of the senses, and you close your eyes and you're just sitting still. So a few of the senses, you're not touching anything, not talking, you're not seeing. When you come back from that kind of meditation, after focusing on your breath, it just really helps you to see things clearer. You know, so for example, if I look at a curtain after a 1-hour meditation, I'm not looking at it and thinking, oh, that came from Walmart, oh my goodness, it was so expensive, oh, why did I choose that beige color, da da da. I'm looking at it and I'm just like, it's a curtain. It's a nice, it's just a beige curtain, and that's great, and I don't need to overthink about it. And yeah, so that's my little Dharma talk for today. And if you subscribe to me for these meditations, thank you for being here, and thank you for watching me live for those meditations. There's definitely more of them to come, and I'm looking forward to meditating with you again very soon. Anicca, anicca, anicca. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you.